Right, part 2 of the bodgy bike build. Today we'll be continuing on with the mudguard and seeing how far we can get with that. But I think first we should check to see if the grinder's magically fixed itself. I'm not an expert, but I'm going to say that that is still broken. Right, so since the last video I have mocked up and drilled some P clips in there for holding it on down that bit. I've got these bits roughly lined up where I want to do it, and now just need to put my drill marks on there. Lovely. So after marking up where the holes needed to be for the P-clips, it was just a matter of drilling them and then drilling them slightly larger and then countersinking them so I don't end up slicing the tips of my fingers off, because let's be honest, blood everywhere, not that ideal. So yeah, cleaned them up, and after that we'd be able to offer it up and see how the fit looked. Right, off it up, and let's see if we can't get the bolts in and start marking out where we need to bend it for the number plate and the rear brake light. Here we go. There we go. This is the budget mudguard. It is on there. The bolts will have to be changed so we don't foul the tyre on full squish, which no doubt, being a massive geezer, I will be full squishing this a lot. But yeah, that's where we're going so far. I'm going to offer up the seat in roughly the position I think it's going to sit in, and yeah, start figuring out where the brake light / number plate light is going to go. Got this little number to kind of complement the headlight we're going for. Yeah, we'll get that in, and then one step closer to presumably dropping this bike several times whilst learning to ride. So got the seat offered up. I'm going to put a little mark on the back here so I know the extent of the seat. But I'm thinking probably going to bend between here and here and get a angle like that upon which to mount the stoplight. Yeah, that works in my head. Whether it actually works is a different matter, but in my limited brain capacity, that seems to make sense. Through the power of hammer, hopefully we can stick a bend in this, roughly at that point there. Well, that's a start. Looking at that sort of angle, going to offer it back up, see how it looks, see how it sits, and yeah, hopefully that will be about right. And if not, bend it to the way. Okay, so that's roughly where the brake light wants to be. And obviously I realise the mudguard is very close to the tyre right now, but once that's mounted in, this excess will be getting chopped off, and once the light has actually sat into it a bit more, I should allow it to come up a little bit. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping, once we measure this, that I have an appropriately sized hole saw for it, and that is coming in at 22 and a half. Right, let's see what we got. 40, too big. 38 mil. 20 mil. I think 20 mil is going to be the nearest I've got. Possibly route that out a little bit. Yeah, 20 mil again, and 30 mil, which would be 30 mil would be cutting it close with how much gap I've got between the connector and the mounting bolt. So right, think about best way of doing that. Center punched. Gonna pilot drill it, and then hole drill it, hole saw it, hole drill it, hole saw it, one or two other, and yeah, and then potentially if it needs opening out a little bit, I don't know, half round file it. Let's see, but yeah, here we go. Oh, are you even really drilling it if you don't give it a... Right.
Here we go. Line it up. Right.
Okay. That's that done. I guess, see if it fits. Oh, it's warm in here. Right, fast forward a bit, and I've got the holes fettled out. I managed to get the brake light into the holes. I've put a little hole in the top of it with a bung so I can thread the cable through, so the wiring can go on top of the mudguard rather than under the mudguard. And yeah, now we're at the point where it's been offered up and we're looking like that. It's not, obviously this excess is going to be trimmed once I've got the number plate holes drilled on there, so the number plate will sit down here. But yeah, that's kind of where it's at. It's got a rudimentary rear brake light now. It's getting closer, it's getting closer. And all it took was turning the shed into a right tip. But at least nothing set on fire this time. That's the important bit, really. Just to show the underside detail, that's what I drilled through for the cable. So that can be routed into the main harnessy bit there. And yeah, so I think get the number plate bits drilled, get that mounted. Obviously that's a knackered old number plate, but that'll do as a template. And yeah, from there, set to trimming it, neatening it, getting it cleaned up, paint it down, and then mounted properly. Oh God, it is warm in here. Yeah, that's where we're at. And I guess see you in a bit. Okay, there's a problem, and I did kind of wonder if this might happen, but obviously a lot of weight, little motorbike, reasonably weedy springs. So the issue is that whilst sat on the bike, which I completely swamp anyway, the can you get to see this? The distance between that and that is non-existent. So that ain't gonna work. I did think this might be a problem. It's not been a huge ball ache getting to this point, so I think the next plan is going to be to bracket off of here and have side mounted brake light and number plate. I did check with the rules of where you can have your brake light and your number plate, and I believe, I will double check it, but I believe as long as it is on the off side of the bike, it doesn't have to be down the centre line. So yeah, I can still use the mudguard bit. I'm just going to end it where the seat ends, and yeah, now I have to come up with some sort of bracket to take them out to the side, which no big issue. It was always sort of up and down whether or not I was going to do it down the centre line or off to the side anyway, and now it's clear it has to be off to the side because no clearance, giant fat body. But yeah, not a problem, not a problem. And live and learn, and no doubt if anyone sees this who has any clue what they're doing, you probably saw this coming a mile off, but yeah, it's alright. Onwards and upwards, we learn from our mistakes. Ah well. So, this is the end of my second video, and I gotta be honest, I have loved making the first one. I've really enjoyed putting together this second one, and I am genuinely shocked by the fact that over 100 people have watched the first one. There are 6 subscribers. I've had a couple of thumbs up, and I've had some lovely comments from people, and yeah, I never really thought anyone would watch the video I put together, but you have, and it's fantastic. I'm enjoying doing this, and yeah, it's even better knowing that there are people watching this. Again, not much happened. It's a slow progress. I'm just feeling my way through this, making mistakes as we go. We've had setbacks this time. We've had the fallout of the grinder deciding it wanted to unalive itself. So, but it's been fun, and I'm enjoying this, and and I can't believe people are watching. So thank you, the people who commented last time, the subscribers, and just anyone who's taken any sort of time to watch this. It's really, really appreciated, and yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. So thank you for joining me. Cheers. I'll see you in the next one.